Hi Ron, so I've had this workshop for a year now and I'm really happy with how it's turned out. It's got some great areas in here, you can touch all the fossils, people come in here, the kids are really excited, they can dig for fossils, they can keep things from here. Unfortunately I've made the decision not to renew the lease. There are a few reasons for this. What I always wanted to do with this place is show what's possible. So I wanted to get it set up, show people what's in the local area, and more than 3,000 people have been here in the last 6 months. So it's definitely, there's a need for this, it's worthwhile doing this. My attempts to get funding for this unfortunately have not been successful. I've approached the local council and a few companies, but no one's had the investment for this. And what I'd done is I'd saved up the money, so the rent on this was $25,000 for the year, and I've paid that, but I can't do it for another year. But it's definitely not a sad situation. I'm so glad I did this. I met so many awesome people. I got to show the fossils from this area to, well, more than 3,000 people, because a lot of people have been walking past and having a look, and there's some fossils outside that they can look at. And hopefully I've planted the seed that a place like this is needed in the area in North Canterbury, well, in Canterbury. And before I start the process of packing all this up, I'm going to go put it in storage, but before that I'm going to take you through it one last time and you can see what's been on show here and what has been really popular. This was the most popular display in the workshop. It's where you had to try and find some fossils. A really good example of a crab with the legs sticking out, just to make it super easy to see what you're looking for. Megalodon tooth that someone gave me. A little lobster I prepped. That's the back, so that's the tail, and it's missing the head. A lobster that's still inner concretion to show the difference. A moa bone. Nice agate from the Hororata area. Here's a whale ear bone that's outside of the rock, the bulla. And this is one that's inside a rock, just so you can see the difference. That's the bulla over there. A few bits of petrified wood. That's one I found at Leithfield Beach. And that's a piece that I found there, and that's been through the tumbler. And some trilobites from New York State. There's some shark vertebra, roe shark vertebra in the concretion, and then that's what it looks like outside of a concretion. And some plesiosaur vertebra that I found and prepped. Another piece of petrified wood from the Waipara River. And it looks just like normal wood. That's super heavy. And one of my first crabs. This one was also prepped by Dustin. So Dustin prepped some of my crabs before I started prepping fossils. And here's the crab station. This is a vulgaris crab from the States, prepped by Dustin. Beautiful one, quite a large one I think. It's even got the tips of the legs on some parts. A really large crab claw. I think it's from one of those greg-eye crabs, because they've got a very big claw compared to the rest of their body. It's a big pincer, that. These two little cute crabs are from Italy. You can't get them anymore, and someone actually sent them to me. He enjoyed my prepping videos, and he preps these by hand using hand tools, and he sent me this one and this one as well. They are amazing. Two of my favorite fossils. And of course the big boy. This is that really big one I prepped. Yeah, this is a really big fossil crab. Compared to the other ones I've got, it's enormous. Definitely one of my favorite fossils. And this is a 3D print of it. So I 3D printed it, I think at half size or 3/4 size, I think half size, and I've just dry brushed it. So it looks like the real thing. A lot of people think it's the real crab, or a real crab, until they pick it up and feel how light it is. Another one of those spiky crabs, the face hugger crabs. These two are actually related but from different areas. This one's actually named after Don McLaughlin, who's given me a lot of the good pieces of petrified wood from here. These spikes are so weird. This is the crab where I removed both sides of the rock just to see kind of what it would look like. I prefer them with the rock. I think it gives it a nice natural frame, and it gets really brittle. You see this leg keeps falling off. Yeah, you can see a lot of detail on this fossil crab. This is a tiny crab I found like this on the beach, prepped by Mother Nature. It's got such a cool texture. You can see the claws on either side there. Got some bryozoa growing on it. This was a tricky crab. I had to use the micro abrasion over here because it's got this weird like mineral growth going on it. I don't think it's organic, but it's very pyritized. Another tumenocarcinous crab, this. This is some really, well, for New Zealand, old fossils. This is from Reefton, from those coal measures. Well, I think it's coal or limestone, and that's a coral over there. So I think it's Devonian, about 380 million years old. And there's a beautiful plesiosaur vertebra. This is the one where only that little bit there was sticking out, and I prepped it over the course of about 5 months. It's very complete. It's got all the what do you call these things over here? The dorsal process and the ventral process. Probably the dorsal process over there and the lateral ones. But yeah, this is a really beautiful one. This is that weird crab with the really long things coming off the carapace. Those aren't the legs. Those are just some spikes over there. I think there's another one on this side over here. Prepped that one day. I thought it might have been the cross section of some teeth over here. It looked like it could be. But yeah, it turned out to be quite a rare crab. Here are those giant shark vertebrae. You can see this is a normal size shark vertebra, and look at the size of these. These are Cretaceous ones, so dinosaur age. Very large ones. And a dolphin skull found by James and his son on their farm. It's a very weird angle of a dolphin skull, but it's been CT scanned and it's indeed a dolphin skull. It's a really nice plesiosaur vertebra, and maybe some ribs or another bone. I'm not too sure about that one, but yeah, that's from a juvenile plesiosaur. And the reason we think it's from a juvenile is because the bone's not quite formed yet. It's not as defined as that of an adult. My articulated dolphin spine. So this is Miocene. Yeah, beautiful one. Still got the outer bone cortex there. And this is how, they would have been attached when this animal was living. This is actually the top over here, so this is the bottom of the vertebra. And some beautiful petrified wood. High silica content. That's why it's so shiny. And that's from Mount Somers, one of the volcanic areas, and you can actually see there's some of the growth rings. over there. Underneath here we've got some petrified wood from North Canterbury, mostly the Kovai River, and also some agates, rare North Canterbury agates. You don't often find them, but you do find them now and again. Some more agates, including really nice waterline one I still need to cut. This beauty, it's probably one of the best ones I've ever found. Found this in the Hines River. Just stopped there for a quick look on the way back home and found this beautiful one. This is one of the displays that's got glass in front of it. Just because it's my rarer fossils. Got the big bird over here. The bony toothed bird, you can see the teeth sticking out there. And that's the skull up top there. Nice shark tooth I found down at Motanau Beach. This is actually my first ever fossil I found, well, in New Zealand, part of a dolphin vertebra down at Motanau Beach. And this is that potential gemfish type skull. You can see a row of teeth going there. One of the workstations, that's my tumbler, just the explanation of how it works, and a really good piece of petrified wood from Southland. I love the fact that it's got this light color wood and then goes into this really dark area. You can see the growth rings there so beautifully. And there's my 3D printer printing moa eggs at the moment. And above it, the Velociraptor, the 3D printed Velociraptor. This is the hands-on area. Some beautiful bits of Punamu that Campbell gave me. Australian thunder egg. Some rhyolite. I'm not going to try and pronounce that. I always mess it up. Spherulitic rhyolite. Looks like it's got little flowers in it. My replica T-Rex tooth. Some real teeth. So it was normally uncovered so people could touch it. I'm not sure if this is a Spinosaurus tooth or one of those big fish. Yeah, really nice big mosasaur tooth. I think all these are from Morocco. Yeah, really nice mosasaur and a Carcharodontosaur. Nice theropod tooth. This is a huge agate that Tyler found in the Ashburton River, I believe. Just a little bit of a description of how the agates form in these little air bubbles in the magma and the lava vesicles. So you can see there's the agate there, and when it breaks apart as it tumbles down the river, we find the little agates and then polish them. One of the most popular displays was this glowing mineral area. So I've got a UV torch here which will let the soda light glow, and a bit of cowrie gum there, a few bits of fluorite, goes from green to like purple. Here's a little piece of amber, and that's a opalized shell. That one over there, can't see it really well on the camera, but it does glow. Might have to do that at night again. My play button. A certain age of kids were really impressed by it, and some adults. That's the one I got for 100,000, so the silver one. So hopefully soon I'll have the gold one too. Here's some agates. These are the clay pit ones. They also call them porcelain agates. You can see they kind of have that porcelain look to them. This one's got a bit of amethyst in it too. Some Ashburton River waterline ones. This is the 3D printed coastline of where I spend a lot of time fossil hunting. You can see the cliffs there on the edge of the ocean. This is a fulgurite. This is a fulgurite someone sent me. So this is where lightnings hit sand. So that's the shape of the lightning over there, which is quite cool. And it's glass, so it's super sharp. It keeps sticking to me. I forget this mineral. Is it maybe? So when your copper goes green, it's verdigris. So is it something like that? But I think it's a copper-based mineral. This is from Zimbabwe. This is the area where I was doing the prepping before he started packing it up. So that was my bookshelf full of books and some fossils, and then I've got another cabinet over here full of fossils as well. My dad did an awesome job painting it. So many bits and pieces there to paint. And that's my prep area over there. Let me just switch on the lights. This is my, where I did the prepping, and you can see that's the air intake. So that pulls in all the dusty air and takes it outside. Or sometimes I put it through this filter first over here. I've got some HEPA filters over there, and then it goes outside, just depending on the type of dust. And lots of lights at the top there, as you can see. And this is my air abrasion kit. So the sandblasting, it runs off the same compressor as the air scribes over there. And then it goes through a homemade filter that I've made over there. That normally is underneath the desk area. And that's also got some HEPA filters. Some HEPA filters on the side there. And these are my microscopes. The dissecting stereo microscope, and then the compound microscope. And there's the compressor I use. It's a 80 or 90 liter compressor, belt driven, and it does the job perfectly. This is that really big piece of petrified wood that I dragged out from below the high water mark. So it was waterlogged and super heavy, and this is one of 3 slices we did from it. That's the species name, Planoxylon. This one section weighs about 50 kilograms, so over 100 pounds for that one. Here's some teredo wood, peanut wood, from Stuart and Caroline, from the North Island. I think these are oncolites from North Otago, so fossil algae balls. They've been cut across and polished. Another piece of petrified wood from the same area where I found this one, there near Kaikoura. And that's a tree fern over there, a double tree fern actually. There's the one center over there, and there's the other one. And this is from Southland, so roughly 170 million years old. This is my microscope station. This microscope over here went up onto the TV, and this one's got a little built-in screen. Might come on, I'm not sure if the battery's flat or not. And this is some more petrified wood. I found this piece, beautiful piece, in the Waipara River, about half an hour, 20 minutes up the road. And there's a penguin that Marlenique found. A young fossil hunter. It's now studying to become a paleontologist. And you can see the wing coming down there. It's from the same beach where I found my penguin, the one I prepped.
This is a river table I made, and kids honestly spent hours playing here. It's got a 12-volt pump at the bottom there that recycles the water, and it's an aluminium sheet that I bent over here at the top. It's used to simulate how rivers form and how different flows change the shape of the river. A huge thank you to everyone that visited the workshop while it was open. I enjoyed meeting everyone, and it was great seeing how amazed people were with the fossils from the local area. And I think there are quite a few more young fossil hunters out there on weekends. Who knows what the future holds, but I'm very happy that I did this for a year. It was an amazing experience.